What's going on, guys? It's We The People here, coming to you with another Legends of Runeterra video. So in this one, this is going to be a little bit different from all my usual content. Not all my usual content, but I say that to say that in this one, I'm going to be just talking about my overall experience this season, because I mean, technically, once the seasonal is coming up, I mean, the season's not done, but you know, pretty much the season's like everything after this. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's just people are, you know, messing around more, and you know, everything isn't always like, oh, let's you know, put things pedal to the metal. So you might face some people where you're just like, what are they doing after the season? Because you know, it doesn't really matter as much. But so this video is just gonna be me talking about, this is of course my opinion, and this video is gonna be me talking about my experience climbing this season and just how it felt in general. So first, before we get into the video, I gotta remind you guys, of course, to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate everybody for checking out all my videos, because I know a lot of you guys have been watching the Bandu City. I'm hyped for Bandu City 100%, and I cannot wait for the new set. Honestly, I'm hyped for the new set. But so of course I gotta remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and then also comment down below, like, what was your experience this season? Like, because everybody's experience was different, I feel like, personally. Because when I asked certain people, they were like, yo, this is like the best season ever. And I'm just like, yo, I don't know if I feel like that, bro. Honestly, I've been playing the game for a little bit, and I'm not sure if this season, how things are, is exactly how I personally, as a player, would like it. So, all right, let's get into my experience for this for this season. So first off, if anybody that doesn't know, I am Masters now, and the climb, first off, the climb to Masters was hard. It was very hard this season. Honestly, it was a climb. I mean, me personally, I started because for the last few seasons, I haven't really been try-harding on Runeterra because I've been busy with a bunch of stuff. I've been working. I've been I had just, my son is a lot to handle nowadays, and you know, just in general life stuff. So I have personally, for the last few seasons, I haven't really been try-harding. But this season, I personally took some time out of my day, and took some time just in general from my life to play Runeterra. So by doing that, I was definitely able to hit Masters pretty easily. Actually, no, not pretty easily, because I hit at the last minute. But I hit Masters, right? But my overall experience from the climb is it's not the best. I'll say that for sure. I guess it really depends on the kind of decks that you personally like playing. Because me personally, I feel like I like control. I love control decks. And in this game, I feel like, well, actually, no, not in this game, because there are really strong control decks right now, like Ez Karma, even Viego decks could be considered pretty control-y. But so there are those decks, but I feel like control is very, very specific right now, honestly. Like, control is it's a very specific deck, and it has to be very teched against a lot of things, because with Sivir and even decks like Azir running around, control really, it's hard for control to control the board. Like, most of the time, you are better off laddering with an aggro deck than you are with a control deck. And if you're not playing those two decks, then you're probably playing something like a mid-rangey control, like a mid-rangey combo deck, which is aka a combo deck. Like, let's be frank about it. It might be mid-range, but it's a mid-range combo deck. That's what it is. So I say that to say that me personally, I was out of my comfort zone playing this meta personally. So I felt like I learned a lot from this meta, and when I finally figured out my deck, because that's the key. That right there, I'm giving you guys the key for next season. Anybody that's not Masters or at least Diamond, I'm giving you the key for next season. Figure out your deck, whatever deck that is. Figure out your deck as soon as possible. Like, learn that deck, understand the matchups, because that's the second biggest thing, matchups. Once you understand the matchups and you understand the deck, you pretty much just, from there, it's just climb. Like, it's just acceleration from there. But I feel like the hardest point of your climb is when new decks start appearing, right? That's the hardest point of your climb, right? Because for me personally, what happened is I started playing I was playing Sejuani Gangplank, right? Which is pretty good into the meta in my opinion. I think it's pretty solid into basically the entire meta. Honestly, it's not a bad deck into much anything, and it's not literally a 75-20 kind of matchup into anything, right? It's pretty standard. It's not really like a, oh, I'm gonna pound your face in kind of deck. It's a, I'm gonna plunder you every single turn, and then I'm gonna slap Gangplank on 5 and then Sejuani on 6, and I'm gonna win the game. That's usually how the deck wants to play. So once I figured out that that was my playstyle for this season, I pretty much just ripped it, and that's the deck that got me to Masters. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I played a little bit of Aziralia. Actually, no, I played a lot of Aziralia in Plat. But Sejuani Gangplank was definitely way more a deck for me. Like, Aziralia is a good deck. Don't let anybody ever tell you that Aziralia is a bad deck, because Aziralia is a freaking good deck. It is. It will probably always be a good deck. Like, it's gonna take so many nerfs. It's gonna take Dias to 3. It's gonna take Sparring Student getting nerfed. It's gonna take freaking Irelia not making the one drop on attack token. Like, it's gonna take a lot of nerfs for that deck to not be good. Honestly, it is. But sorry, my throat is getting dry. But I say that to say that I needed to find my deck, right? So once I found Sejuani Gangplank, which I actually didn't find it. So my climb started in gold. For anybody that doesn't know, when each season resets, you reset two tiers underneath where you are right now. So like, if you're Masters, you will start in Plat. If you're Platinum, you'll start in I believe Silver. Yeah, Silver. So if you're a Diamond, then you'll start in Silver as well, because it's Platinum, it's Diamond, Platinum. Actually, no, you'll start in Gold. My bad. You'll start in Gold. So last season I was Diamond because I didn't do the Masters climb, so I started in Gold. And Gold is very diverse. Like, the meta is everywhere. So I had to figure out a deck that would get me through Gold and Platinum, which it ended up being Aziralia. That was the deck. But then I stopped playing as hard, and what happened was the meta completely shift, because that's another thing. And I think this video is just gonna be my personal take on the climb, and then I think I'm gonna make another video about how how the meta shifts very, very easily in Runeterra. Like, literally, the meta can be one thing like 10 minutes ago that you started queuing, and then it'll just completely shift into something else. Like honestly, it'll be like everybody's queuing the control decks, and then you're just like, oh okay, all right, I'm about to farm them, and then next second everybody's on aggro, and you're just like, oh, I guess I lose. So these are things you have to be ready for. But moral of the story is I personally I don't like. Oh, another thing that I noticed. There's a lot of polarized matchups right now. I mean, I know a lot of people, they don't really like talking about how bad or good matchups are, because I mean, Azir is supposed to be bad into all aggro decks, but Azir can win that matchup pretty confidently, actually, in my opinion. I think people say it's like 30-70 in aggro deck favored for Azir, but I think it's probably closer to like 40-60, honestly, because I've seen Azir beat so many aggro decks, and it's just like, I don't think they were supposed to win there, but shit, they did. So it counts. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my experience. That was pretty much how I personally felt about the climb this season. I'll sum it up for anybody that made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you, because this is gonna be the end. I'll sum it up in basically 2 sentences. Pretty much, the climb this season was good, but I'll say, I mean, overall the climb wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't like, oh, this is the most bullshit I've ever seen in my life. But I don't think I don't think combo decks should be as strong as they are right now, and that's my personal hot take, honestly. I think Sivir definitely needs to be nerfed. Obviously, I think everybody's in a tune for that, but I don't think combo decks, because Akshan is a literal combo starter. This dude is a combo starter. I don't think combo decks should be as strong as they are right now. I mean, because we literally just came out of a very combo-heavy meta between TLC and Azir, which are 2 combo decks. I don't know why people call them aggro decks and control decks. They're not. They're both combo decks. They literally, the way they win the game is having a combination of cards on the board. That's a combo deck. But so we literally came out of that meta, and you know, we're literally pretty much in the same meta, because Akshan Sivir combo deck, Lulu Zed combo deck, Azir combo deck. What else? I mean, those are I feel like personally, those are the 3 biggest decks. The big control decks are actually Sejuani Gangplank, which is weird, because usually that's like a mid-range deck. And then also, basically anything with Sivir is pretty combo-y, honestly, because you're pretty much gonna combine a lot of cards with Sivir, and then boom, you just win the game. So, all right, thank everybody. Like I said, thank everybody for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you, and that's gonna be it for this one. So, guys, catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.